Close your eyes. Imagine a silence so profound that even the concept of a heartbeat has not yet been conceived. In this moment, there is no where. There is no when. Before the first spark of existence, there was a state of being that defies every rule of our reality. We call it the singularity. Think of a single point, a dot smaller than the tip of a needle, smaller than a grain of sand, smaller than a single atom. Now, imagine that into this infinitesimal point, the entire universe is folded. Every star that will ever burn, every galaxy that will ever rotate in the velvet dark, every ocean, every mountain, and every breath you have ever taken. All of it is here, compressed into a space so small it effectively has no size at all. The density is infinite. The pressure is beyond calculation. It is a weight that would crush a diamond into a ghost. But there is no weight yet, because there is no gravity to pull. There is no space for the weight to exist within. In this place, the laws of physics are not yet written. They are a blank page, waiting for the first ink. Imagine.
Time itself is asleep. There is no past to remember. There is no future to anticipate. There is only a frozen, eternal now. If you were to reach out a hand, there would be no direction to move it. There is no up. There is no down. There is no left or right. Existence is a seed of pure energy, coiled like a spring, holding within it the potential for every color, every sound, and every feeling that will ever be. The heat is absolute. Not the heat of a fire, or even the heat of the sun. It is the temperature of pure creation. Millions of billions of trillions of degrees. And yet, in this impossible heat and pressure, there is a strange, terrifying stillness. It is the stillness of a world before the first word is spoken, the silence of a theater before the curtain rises. We often think of the Big Bang as an explosion, but it was not an explosion in space. It was an explosion of space. The universe did not expand.
Then the clock begins to tick. At 0.000001 seconds, a fraction of a moment so small that a trillion of them would pass in the blink of an eye. The Planck epoch. The universe takes its first step. It is no longer a point. It begins to swell. In this fraction of a second, the four forces of nature, gravity, electromagnetism, and the strong and weak nuclear forces, are all one. They are a single unified power, a perfect cosmic symmetry. Imagine 4 different rivers flowing into a single vast lake. In the lake, the waters are indistinguishable. You cannot tell where one ends and the other begins. But as the universe expands, it begins to cool, just slightly. And as it cools, the symmetry breaks. Gravity is the first to leave the union. It steps away from the other forces and begins its long work of shaping the cosmos. It begins to pull at the fabric of space itself. At 10 to the minus 36 seconds, a miracle occurs: cosmic inflation. The universe does not just grow, it screams into existence. In a period of time faster than a heartbeat, the universe doubles in size over and over and over again. It grows.
The sheer violence of this expansion creates ripples. Tiny, microscopic fluctuations in the density of space. These ripples are the seeds of everything. They are the blueprint for the clusters of galaxies that will one day span the sky. Even now, billions of years later, we can feel the echoes of those first ripples in the very structure of the heavens. Now, the universe is a boiling soup of energy. It is far too hot for matter as we know it to exist. There are no atoms. There are no molecules. There is only a chaotic, glowing plasma of quarks and gluons. Tiny, restless particles dancing in a light so bright it is invisible. Think of a crowded city street at noon. People are rushing in every direction, bumping into one another, never stopping to rest. This is the state of the young universe, a frantic, energetic bustle of potential. Matter and antimatter are born in equal measure. They meet, they collide, and they vanish back into pure light. It is a war of annihilation, a cosmic dance of life and death. But for reasons, we still do.
Everything you see is the leftover dust from that ancient lopsided battle. As the clock reaches 10 to the -6 seconds, the temperature drops further. The quarks begin to slow down. They can no longer resist the pull of the strong nuclear force. They begin to huddle together in groups of 3. These clusters form the first protons and neutrons, the heavy building blocks of reality. Imagine the universe as a giant furnace cooling down. The molten iron begins to harden into shapes. The chaotic liquid begins to find its form. The first second of time has finally passed. The universe is now 1 second old. It has grown from a point of nothingness to a vast, glowing sphere, light years across. It is still white hot, a brilliant, opaque fog of light and particles. Neutrinos, ghostly particles that can pass through solid lead as if it were air, begin to fly free. They are the first messengers to escape the cosmic soup. Now we enter the period of nucleosynthesis, the time between 1 minute and 3 minutes after the beginning. The temperature has dropped to about 1 billion degrees. Protons and neutrons.
Imagine a baker preparing a dough. This is the moment the flour and the water are mixed. The basic components are set. 3/4 of the universe becomes hydrogen, the simplest atom. 1 proton, 1 electron. Nearly all the rest becomes helium. In these 3 minutes, the chemical signature of the entire universe is established. Every star that will ever form, every planet that will ever coalesce, will be made primarily of this ancient hydrogen and helium. The architecture of the cosmos is complete. The laws of physics have been decided. Gravity knows how to pull. Light knows how to travel. The universe has finished its first frantic era of growth. It settles into a long, slow cooling, a quiet, glowing era that will last for hundreds of thousands of years.
The first 3 minutes are over. The universe is now a vast, expanding cloud of hot, glowing gas, but it is not yet clear. If you were there, you would see nothing but a brilliant, featureless white light in every direction. It is like being inside a cloud of glowing steam. Light cannot travel far. It keeps bumping into free-roaming electrons, scattering in every direction. The universe is a prisoner of its own brilliance. This state lasts for 380,000 years. 380,000 years of expansion. 380,000 years of cooling. Finally, the temperature drops to about 3,000 degrees. Cool enough for the electrons to finally slow down. Cool enough for them to be captured by the waiting nuclei. The first true atoms are born. And in that moment, the universe becomes transparent. Suddenly, the fog lifts. Light, which has been trapped for eons, is finally set free. It streams out across the void in a single glorious burst. This is the first light, the afterglow of creation. We call it the cosmic microwave background. It is the oldest thing we can see, a photograph of the universe as a newborn baby. Even now, as you lie here in the dark, that light is all around you. It has traveled through 13.8 billion years of space.
If your eyes could see in the microwave spectrum, the entire night sky would glow with a soft, uniform warmth. It is the echo of the beginning, a lingering whisper from the first 3 minutes. After this first light, the universe enters a period of profound quiet. The Dark Ages. There are no stars yet. There are no galaxies. There is only the vast, expanding dark, filled with clouds of hydrogen and helium gas. For hundreds of millions of years, the universe expands in total shadow. But gravity is still at work. Patiently, silently. It pulls at the slight ripples left over from the first fraction of a second. The clouds of gas begin to clump together. They grow denser. They grow hotter. Until, finally, in the heart of a vast cloud, the pressure becomes so great that the hydrogen atoms begin to fuse. The first star ignites. A pinprick of light in the endless dark. Then another, and another. Until the universe is a tapestry of sparkling diamonds. But remember, the fuel for those stars was forged in the first 3 minutes. The matter that makes up the galaxies, the planets, and the very
Those atoms are 13.8 billion years old. They were born in the first 3 minutes. You are carrying within you a direct physical connection to the very dawn of time. Every breath you take is a breath of the Big Bang. Every drop of water you drink contains the ancient signature of the singularity. The universe is not something that happened out there a long time ago. The universe is something that is happening right now, through you. As the expansion continues, the galaxies drift further apart. The stars burn through their long lives and eventually fade, but the story remains. The laws that were written in the first fraction of a second still hold true. The symmetry that broke still guides the fall of a leaf and the orbit of a planet. We are the universe looking back at itself. We are the way the cosmos remembers its own birth. The heat has faded. The pressure has eased. The frantic energy of the beginning has settled into a calm, steady rhythm. The same rhythm that guides your breathing now. Slow, steady, deep. The universe is a vast, cooling cradle. And you are safe within its reach. The dark is not empty. It is full of history. It is full of potential. The stars are watching. The ancient light is falling. Everything is as it should be.